how does hypnotherapy help someone get over a fear of flying? First, what do I mean by getting over a fear? I'll put some numbers to it. So let's say on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being nothing, totally fine, 10 being absolutely horrified. If you think about flying or you actually have to fly, let's say you're an 8, 9, or 10. And when I talk about getting over it, I mean getting down to, say, a 3 or under. You don't have to love it, but you're also not hyperventilating when you think about flying or go to an airport. So how do we do it? One of the first things we want to do is neutralize bad memories or maybe scenes from movies that come back to haunt you. Now, if you have a memory or a traumatic experience from a flight, or again, you've seen a movie that really freaked you out maybe when you were younger, that kind of memory can come back to haunt you, and it can really support that fear even decades later. So one of the first things you want to do is kind of neutralize those memories. And there are techniques in the hypnotherapy world to go ahead and do that. And that can be a small but powerful step. Of course, one of the big things we want to do is we want to associate calm with every step of the flying process. And then we want to rehearse that mentally a bunch of times, in different ways, so that when you actually think about it or actually go through it, you remain calm. And it's surprisingly simple, but it's such a powerful step. And we might also do calm plus excitement or gratitude to make the whole process of flying a really, really positive experience. We also want to reframe any lingering, slightly negative feelings. So I said at the beginning that I think of getting rid of a fear or a phobia as taking a 9 or a 10 down to a 3 or below. But I don't want someone to interpret that feeling of a 3 as that old fear. Instead, I want them to reframe it and interpret it as normal, right? A 3 is normal. We can manage it. Not a big deal. Of course, evolutionarily, you're probably going to feel some nerves when you're getting on a flight or during a flight. But if you interpret it for what it really is, right? Not that big of a deal. Most people around me are going to be at about a 3. It becomes much more manageable, not a big deal. You can still have a comfortable flight. Of course, there are details and there's more to the process, but I just wanted to give you an idea of how hypnotherapy can help someone get over a fear of flying. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.